Hi guys, and welcome back to today's video. My name's Peyton if you're new, and today I thought I would sit down with you guys. You know what, I don't love my background for today, but let me get a plant really quick. Okay, I like that a little bit more. That's kind of a little bit better. Is it the basket throwing things off? Let me see. Okay, that looks cuter, so we'll do that. All right, I think that's good. I need to change my prints out. I have so much stuff to do around my house, guys. It's crazy. I'm actually going to be ordering stuff for our bedroom. We have never decorated our bedroom. We started to, and then COVID hit, and then I've just been so lazy and had so many other things going on that I just haven't even thought about it one time. So we're gonna be doing that. But yeah, like I said, my name is Peyton if you guys are new. And if you haven't seen my last video announcing that I am pregnant, I'm gonna link it at the top for you guys, and definitely be sure to go back and watch that. But today I thought I would sit down and talk to you guys about my first trimester. I watched as many of these as I possibly could when I first got pregnant because I got extremely sick. And I know there's something, is it like hypermesis or something like that? I don't know for sure that I had that, and I haven't really looked too much into it. A couple moms that have, they're much older than me, just friends and things that we have, I've kind of talked to them about it, and they say that it kind of sounds like that, but I didn't choose my doctor until around 14 weeks or so, or 13 weeks, something like that, so the very end. So basically I just was battling through it on my own. Anyway, I'm a pretty tough, resilient girl, but I'll be honest, the morning sickness really threw me for a loop. That was the biggest thing that I can honestly remember from my first trimester. There wasn't a lot of exciting things happening. I was throwing up every single day from about 6 or 7 weeks on, and up until about 3 weeks ago. I'm 19 weeks, I think, in 2 days. Hold on, let me check for you guys. I'm 19 weeks and 3 days today, and I'll show you guys the bump. This is what we're working with. I feel like every day it gets bigger, which is so fun. But yeah, so up until about maybe 3.5 weeks ago, I felt terrible, and it started around 7 weeks that I was throwing up 4 times a day, 3 times a day. I wasn't eating. I completely lost my appetite. I probably had 2 or 3 times where I would try and drink water, and I would have to run to the bathroom because that wouldn't even stay down. It was very strange. I just had no idea that morning sickness, was not just in the morning. For me, it was actually worse at night, but it lasted all day for me. So from the moment I woke up to the second I went to sleep, I was either throwing up or feeling like I had to throw up. And because I wasn't eating, a lot of it was just like bile, so like that thin liquid, and it burns your throat so bad because your stomach's empty, so you have to throw up, but you don't have anything to throw up. And yeah, I have told the people close to me, I just have never felt my body be out of control. Like, I personally have never experienced that, and it's crazy because my body's not out of control. It's such a normal thing for pregnant women, but obviously I've never been pregnant before, and I didn't know anything about morning sickness. So yeah, it is no joke. That's what I will say. And I know it's different for every single woman, but for me, I had it really bad. I had it for a really long time, and I'm just getting to a place, like I said, in the last 3.5 weeks or so, where I feel amazing. I think my biggest thing now is I'm just tired, and I got a call from my doctor after my 15-week appointment. I think she called me like 2 days after I left that appointment, and my blood work came back, and I'm anemic, and I have never known that, but I haven't really gotten blood work done. So I don't know if it's just a pregnancy thing. I don't know if that happens just in pregnancy or if I've always been anemic. I have no idea, but I was reading online, and she told me it's super common for pregnant women. So she prescribed me some iron pills, and I have been feeling a lot more energetic, but that was the biggest thing. When I hit my second trimester, the nausea subsided. Like, I'll still throw up maybe once a week now, and definitely not every day like what it was in my first trimester, but it's just the exhaustion, what I have right now. My breath. But anyway, back to first trimester. So when we found out that we were pregnant, my window's open, and I feel like maybe my neighbor's outside, but I'm not sure. All right, so when we found out that we were pregnant, I think I was around 4 weeks pregnant, so it was super early. And the first few weeks were amazing. I was hungry, I had cravings. I was craving all my childhood snacks. So like I wanted Capri Suns. I think I told you guys that in my pregnancy video. I just wanted a freezing cold Capri Sun. We were flying to see my family for Christmas, and in the airport I saw one of those like blue Rice Krispie treats. I got one. It was like, it made me so happy. I wanted boxed mac and cheese. I wanted a hard shell taco, which I hate hard shell tacos. Like I don't eat that. So I wanted that. Just like random childhood things. I really, really wanted them. So that was my first couple weeks. And then end of 5 weeks, beginning of 6 weeks, I have like, I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a journal of all my weeks, except for 2 or 3. I missed 16, 17, or 17, 18. I didn't write anything down for those, but yeah, so end of 5 weeks, beginning of 6 weeks, I got nauseous for the first time on the plane home. So we were on a red eye I don't think it was a red eye. It was like a 5 a.m. flight though. So maybe that is a red eye. I don't know. But it was super early in the morning, and you know what? No, it was a red eye because we left at midnight. We left my sister's around midnight, and then our flight didn't leave till like 4 a.m. or something. So yeah, we had a very late flight. The man behind me on the plane, it's like 6 a.m. at this point, he opens biscotti cookies. They gave us them in like our little snack packs that they gave us. I was dead asleep. He opens the cookie. I wake out of my sleep. Chills shoot down my body. I start sweating. I start feeling dizzy. I wake John up. I'm like, I'm going to throw up. And he's freaking out. And if you guys don't know me, there's certain things that I'm a little bit weird about. So I have never used the bathroom on a plane. Of all my years, like I said, I'm 27 years old. I've never used the bathroom on a plane because it freaks me out. It just seems so gross to me. I will hold it. I will hold it for hours, or I will not drink. I literally flew a 10-hour trip to Italy. It was Chicago to Turkey, and then Turkey to Rome, which was a 2-hour flight. Never once used the bathroom. So I just have this weird, it's not healthy, but it's this weird thing that I have that I don't like, stuff like that. And so I was terrified that I was going to have to I was going to have to throw up on the flight bathroom. And so I emptied all mine and John's snacks into the middle, and the plastic bag that they had given us the snacks in, I just held those. I pulled my tray out. We were in the exit row, so my tray, I'm like leaning forward like this because, you know, there's a lot of extra space. And I would sit up and like I'm trying to get air. John's helping me take my jacket off because I'm sweating at this point. Like I don't know what is wrong with me. And at this point, not that I don't know about morning sickness, but I don't know what it feels like. And I didn't know. I was not expecting it at all. So I'm like getting the chills. I'm hating the smell of his cookies out of nowhere. And so I ended up being able to calm down and fall back asleep. And I never threw up, thank God. And we get off the flight, and then we had one more flight home to Sacramento, to California. So that was like a quick 2-hour flight from Seattle. And it was, I made it. We got Chick-fil-A when we got off the plane, and I couldn't finish the Chick-fil-A. And that's how I knew something was different. I love Chick-fil-A, and especially now in pregnancy, which I'll talk about it in my second trimester update. That's like my obsession at the moment. We just got one where I live, which is a huge deal because there's no restaurants here, or no good ones, I should say. Yeah, I've been eating Chick-fil-A at least twice a week. But anyway, so that's when it started. I could not finish my Chick-fil-A, which never happens. And from then on, I was sick for a little over 6 weeks, or about 6 weeks, throwing up, like I said, multiple times a day, every day. It was horrible. My biggest aversion of my first trimester was desserts. Couldn't smell them, hated being around them. That was right at the beginning. I could not smell desserts, and I did not like just like seeing them. The thought of desserts made me sick to my stomach. It was just, they were repulsive to me, which is not like me. I love desserts, especially since marrying John. He's the biggest sweet tooth I've ever met, next to my dad. And I love desserts now. I would usually pick sweet over salty, which my whole life I would always pick a chip over a treat. But yeah, that was my biggest aversion in my first trimester, was desserts, which is kind of cool because now I don't really crave them. I've probably had desserts 5 times at this point since not being sick anymore. Milkshakes started to sound good for about a week, so I had 2 of those. And then the other night I wanted a bowl of Cocoa Puffs, which is so crazy because again, I haven't had Cocoa Puffs probably in 15 years, but I got them and they made me so sick. But I did have a bowl yesterday and I was fine, so I don't know. I don't really want to eat sweets during my pregnancy. I mean, obviously, like if it comes to I want Cocoa Puffs or I want a milkshake, I'll get it. But I'm not really eating sweets, which is kind of nice because they're bad for you. It's extra calories and crap, and it doesn't do anything for your baby. But yeah, those I hated desserts so much, and now I've just kind of been like, well, I didn't eat them for 3 months, so I just haven't really been wanting them. And also, the first time I had a dessert after I was done being sick, I woke up in the middle of the night and my stomach was as hard as a rock and it hurt so bad. And I know that was the sugar. And also, I got a zit. I broke out immediately. So yeah, that was another reason why I'm like, yeah, the desserts I think have been getting flushed out of my system and I just don't really want to put them back too much. But I'm not depriving myself. Like I said, if I really want them, like a McFlurry I got the other day with friends, and it did make me super sick after. So I'm like, if it happens and I get sick, I'm not going to want it again, but at least I gave it a shot. Yeah, so just body symptoms besides nausea. My chest was super sore. I think I told you guys that in my other video. Bloating. I started peeing more around end of 5 weeks, beginning of 6 weeks. 7 weeks, nausea and vomiting got worse. I couldn't keep anything down. Fruit was my favorite thing ever, so I needed really, really cold fruit. So oranges. That was the biggest obsession of my first trimester. I was eating so many oranges. They made me feel better. I just loved them. Oranges and toast. That was my diet. Every now and then I could keep down a smoothie, but oranges and toast is all I ate for weeks. Nothing else was good to me. Mini Cliff bars. John and I call them Mini Cliff. Well, I call them that, and he just knows what it is. But Mini Cliff bars, oranges, and toast. That was my diet for literally 6 weeks. I just, nothing else would stay. Nothing else sounded good. Food, honestly, I've never in my life been able to say this. I couldn't eat. Food sounded terrible, and my body would just reject it. Around 9 weeks, I wrote nausea seems to be slowing down. I started waking up every night to pee around 9 weeks, and so my sleeping was just terrible. I was not sleeping well. And oh, this is weird. I would sleep in till 10:30 or 11 o'clock on like a weekend, which I have never in my life. First of all, growing up, we were not allowed to do that. My dad is not into that laziness at all. So we were never allowed to sleep in that late. And then when I was in college, I was up at like 7, 8 a.m. Like my roommates, I was always the first one up. I never ever slept in unless I needed it. Like my roommates knew in college, if I'm sleeping in, I'm sick or I need it. So yeah, I wouldn't sleep at night, and then I would sleep until ridiculous hours of the day. 10 weeks, still really sick. Yeah, just tired. I wrote new pimple. 11 weeks, nausea subsiding, exclamation point. I'm feeling more like myself. Oh, headaches. I got around 11 weeks, I started getting headaches really bad. Bagels were a huge obsession, and they still are. I've been to Einstein's so many times in the last 4 months. I love a blueberry bagel with butter toasted. So good. It sounds good right now. 14 weeks, burping, no longer loving oranges. So around 14 weeks, I started hating oranges because I had orange juice at a brunch and I threw it up. And then I tried it again like a week later, threw it up. And every time I had orange juice, I had it like 4 times because it's just so good. I've always loved orange juice. Threw it up every single time but one. And so then the thought of oranges started making me sick, which is so sad because now I don't want an orange at all. And for 3 months straight, all I ate was oranges. So that's really funny how that works. Crunchy Cheetos became a craving for like 3 days, and then I just cut it out because they're so bad for me. Honey Nut Cheerios. So about 2 weeks ago, this is in week, 14, and that went into week 15 and 16. So Honey Nut Cheerios were my favorite snack ever, dry or with milk. I was having like 2 bowls a day, having them dry also on the side. I would get like a runny nose during week 14. Oh, okay, this is cool. 15 and 16, which this is the beginning of my second trimester, so I'll stop here, I started to show. So that is pretty cool. And then that's when my appetite started picking back up. That's kind of the rundown of my first trimester. I did want to tell you guys, and obviously I'm not a doctor, so consult your doctor, but my doctor checked for me. I brought these to my appointment and she told me they're fine. I take the Ritual Prenatal Vitamins, and I actually took these. John and I wanted to get pregnant at the beginning of last year. Well, yeah, in the spring of last year. So like right when COVID hit, we had thought about, oh, maybe we'll start getting pregnant now, or we'll start thinking about getting pregnant maybe in the summer or the fall. And so I got these on Black Friday of 2020 or of 2019. I can't remember. That would have been 2019, I guess. I don't know. You know what I mean. Yeah, so I took these for about 5 months, and then we decided we weren't going to get pregnant, so I kind of stopped for a couple months. But yeah, I had these in my system because they say, again, I'm not an expert. Talk to your doctor. I'm just telling you what I looked into for myself. But I had been taking these for a good 5 to 6 months because we had planned on getting pregnant. And yeah, they're great. They never made me nauseous, which I think that's like a big thing they have about them. But I just take the essential prenatal ones, 2 every single day. They're pretty affordable. I actually don't know how much they cost. I have had a subscription for an entire year now, and I actually just recently canceled it because when we stopped getting pregnant, I still had them coming. Like, you know, when we stopped getting pregnant, when we stopped thinking we were gonna try and get pregnant, I stopped taking them because I was like, oh, I don't need them, but I never canceled the subscription. So I have so many of these. And then I got so sick that I couldn't take a vitamin or a pill. Like I couldn't swallow it because I tried it one time, threw it straight up. It was horrible. So I had to stop for those 6 or so weeks that I was throwing up really badly. And I was watching videos like crazy about what helps nausea, and they said these had really good reviews on Amazon. It's just these flamingo vitamin B complex gummies, high potency formula, and they have a bunch of different B vitamins in them. My doctor said these actually aren't great just in terms of the amount, like of milligrams, I think it is, of actual B vitamins that I would need to stop the nausea. I think it's a certain one that like really helps combat nausea, and she's like, yeah, this really isn't doing anything. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stop. But yeah, you can see I did take quite a few of them, but I'm not gonna recommend these to you guys. I just thought I would show them to you because for me, I wanted to take something with vitamins in it, and I definitely should have just gotten a prenatal, but I was desperate. I was so sick and I was so desperate for anything. And like I said, this one had great reviews on Amazon. Again, I talked to my doctor and she's like, yeah, these are kind of pointless, but whatever. But she said these are great. And so yeah, these are the ones that I continue to take. And I can't say enough good things about them. I think this is a great company. I always see influencers talk about these, and as just like a regular person, I can honestly tell you guys it's worth the money. It's worth the money, and I think they're great, and the ingredients are great, and they don't make me sick. Like they did the one time because I was already so sick, but I really like these, and so that's what I'm going to continue taking through the remainder of my pregnancy. But again, not a doctor, not a professional. Talk to your doctor about what you need. Honestly, I can't think of anything else. I feel like I'm probably missing a lot, but yeah, overall my first trimester was not fun. I had a horrible time. It was so sad, like just thinking about, even for my birthday, I looked horrible. I didn't get dressed. I wore Bailey button Ugg boots on my birthday with a beanie, and that should really tell you where I was at. It was bad. Like I was not doing well, and I lost a lot of weight. I think I lost between 10 and 12 pounds or something like that. So it was crazy. Yeah, my first trimester for me personally just was not fun. But again, I'm going to do a second trimester update in a couple weeks for you guys, and I feel worlds better. I feel like myself. I love getting ready every day, especially because I went 3-4 months without ever getting ready. I never got ready. But now I'm so excited, and I feel like Peyton again. So that's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else for first trimester update? I'm sure I missed stuff, but that's kind of what my experience was. I didn't buy anything, guys. I barely left the bed. So I don't have like a bunch of products to recommend to you guys for the first trimester just because I was literally not doing anything. I couldn't do anything. And again, probably stubborn of me, but I just didn't have the energy to even try and get things. Like I didn't get any of those nausea lollipops because again, desserts and sweets sounded so sickening to me. I didn't really drink any ginger stuff. I tried a ginger tea and I don't like tea personally. I just have a very simple palate when it comes to food and drinks and stuff like that. So even the sound of that nauseated me. So yeah, I can't really recommend a lot of products because I truly just battled through it. And again, that's probably not the smartest thing to do of me, but I just didn't have the energy. I didn't have the patience. I didn't have the drive to try and figure out things to help make me feel better. I just suffered through it, essentially. I didn't know what else to do. I think that's all for now. I can't think if I have anything else to share with you guys, but that is my first trimester update, and I have so much more baby content coming up for you guys. So again, I'll do my second trimester, but we sold our bed, so we're gonna start getting stuff, I think, for the nursery. And yeah, I just feel so excited now that I feel myself again, and now that I'm healthy again, I'm eating again. I was able to work out this week. I feel great. And the weather here, I live in Northern California, so the weather here is unbelievable. It's going to be 80 degrees this week, but it's been low 70s, high 60s, mid 70s, breezy. Like I just feel so good right now, and I'm so thankful because it's night and day from what I felt in my first trimester. So I'm doing great now. I'm healthy, and yeah, I think the vomiting is behind me, and some say that it will come back in the third trimester. We'll see. I'll keep you guys updated, obviously, with everything, but I think for now it's gone, besides the off things that just don't sit well with me, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's it. If you are pregnant or have been pregnant, definitely leave suggestions for getting through the first trimester down below so other women can see and can get some help from that too. And then, yeah, let me know how was your first trimester for you if you guys are pregnant or have been pregnant in the past. And let me know what other baby videos you want to see too, because I just have so many ideas. I've been on Amazon constantly. I'm going to be doing baby hauls for you guys. I have so much stuff in my Amazon like wish lists and whatnot that I've been making. Amazon has the cutest baby clothes. So once I figure out what I'm having, I'm going to do some reviews for you guys because I'm very interested to see the quality. But I have found the cutest, very neutral. I mean, you guys see how I like kind of my style. So my baby, I'm just going to dress my baby like me, I think. And obviously they'll have some baby stuff, but I'm just personally not really into like all the bright, crazy colors. So, and yeah, I can't wait. Once I know what I'm having, then I can share with you guys some gender specific stuff, or honestly, it's gender neutral. Everything I've been looking at is gender neutral because I don't know what I'm having. So yeah, I'll share all of that with you. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.